Democrats consider this issue of talking about sexual issues, and specifically talking about sexual issues with little kids, the Democrats consider that sacred. Jen Psaki, just the other day, was literally crying over the prospect of not transing the kids.
The political games and harsh and cruel attempts at laws that we're seeing in some states like Florida, that is not a reflection of the country moving to oppose LGBTQ plus communities. That is not what we see in data. That is not factual. And that is not where things stand. This is a political wedge issue and an attempt to win a culture war. And they're doing that in a way that is harsh and cruel to a community of kids, especially. I'm like going to get emotional about this issue because it's horrible. But you know, it's like kids who are bullied, and like all these leaders are taking steps to hurt them and hurt their lives and hurt their families. And you look at some of these laws in these states, and it is going after parents who are in loving relationships, who have kids. It's completely outrageous. But it is a wedge issue. Sorry. This is an issue that makes me completely crazy. But it is an issue that is a political wedge issue. It is not a reflection of where the country is.
This is an issue that makes me completely crazy is the truest statement that Jen Psaki has ever said. Obviously, she's crazy. The woman is crying over the prospect of not transgendering little kids. This is a sacred issue to the libs. Sometimes when we talk about this, the libs will accuse us of wearing tinfoil hats and being conspiracy theorists, but it's not the case. The libs have been weirdly obsessed with sexualizing kids for at least 100 years now, going back to Wilhelm Reich, going back to leftist intellectuals and theorists who have suggested that we need to acculturate kids into sexuality in a different way. And at an earlier stage, Bernie Sanders, who was almost the Democrat nominee twice, Bernie Sanders wrote weird essays in the 1960s about how we need to sexualize kids and allow kids to explore their sexuality. And now you've got Democrats waging a national fight over the so-called sacred right of a 5-year-old to be indoctrinated into weird, creepy sex stuff. This is why we call them groomers. Okay, because they are obsessed with this issue. It's the most important one to them. They care about race, they care about class, or at least they used to. I actually don't think they care about it as much anymore. They care about sex, but sex is the issue. Go to goodranchers.com/Knowles. I have been eating Good Ranchers probably 3 times a week. I love it. The steaks are phenomenal. The chicken is magnificent. They've got some great seasonings and things on the chicken. Chicken's fabulous. And then my absolute favorite are the burgers. The Wagyu burgers are really, really magnificent. I don't really get how Good Ranchers works because the quality is absolutely top shelf. The prices are extremely low, so you can go in and order this meat, just a one-off, get the box of meat. It's all American, 100% high-quality American meat. And then you can inflation-proof your orders. If you subscribe to Good Ranchers, you get your price locked in forever. I don't know how it works, but I think you should take advantage of it while this incredible deal is going on. Prices for beef are only going to get higher as the summer approaches. Your favorite cuts are going to be harder to find. Lock in your price and supply with Good Ranchers right now. Get your $30 discount on prime steaks and better than organic chicken today. GoodRanchers.com/Knowles. Save on the quality you've been looking for. Good Ranchers takes all the guesswork out of the grocery store, sources everything from local farms right to your door. Use that code Knowles and enjoy your box of 100% American meat and your $30 savings. Combat inflation with Good Ranchers, American meat delivered. You like that clip? Cool. Ring the bell. Get those notifications. Head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. Subscribe to the Michael Knowles Show podcast. Leave a 5-star review. We'll see you next time.